Hi. So I mentioned in my last video that one, that I probably have lipstick in my teeth, and two, that I would make a video about my Tourette syndrome lately. It's actually been pretty good, comparatively. So I find that I tick less often, and I also have tick attacks less often, which might happen like a time or two every few weeks compared to before, whereas I was having them, fuck, like funking dogs. Yeah, happening less often, because it used to happen at its worst. It was 12 times a day. I was having these full body episodes of tics. So, in case you haven't heard me talk about that before, I had like my body all just like, so I have that less often. I have general tics less severely less often. Like, as when it gets worse, is fewer and further between, I guess. And I have more moments where I'm not even ticking, which is usually when I'm alone. Sometimes I get stressed off people. The more I'm nervous, the more I'm gonna tick. So it kind of varies. Like once in a while, I'm totally alone, but I'm ticking, like I'm having tick attacks. So it doesn't really depend entirely on people, but it's worse when there's people. So I was I have a horrifyingly funny, but horrifying at the time, story to tell about my tics, which I alluded to on Twitter. I basically, okay, so like I mentioned in the last video, I'm in the hospital, hence the ugly walls. But I'm not going to be here as long as they were hoping, because they put me on a 30-day hold, which means that they legally can keep me here for 30 days, which has been a few weeks already. But I was like, shit, no, 30 days, bullshit. So I took the I took the matter to court and tried to get at least out sooner than 30 days. Thank you very much. And they allowed me 20 days. But while I was there in court, I'm talking to the judge, and the first thing I said to her was, "Did you fuck yourself?" It went over a little bit better than you would think, because she knew that I had Tourette. Because when I had just gotten into the room, I sat down and I was cussing a lot, to say the least. Fuck, shit, butt, cocksucker, all kinds of really offensive things. And the lawyer jumps up from her seat, just, what do you call him again? Your Honor. She has Tourette Syndrome, and so she was trying to avoid getting the judge to like do her hammer or something. And then when I got up and started talking to the judge, I asked her if she fucked herself. Which, in hindsight, I was like, but now I'm like, oh my god, that's hilarious. Maybe if she had taken it a little worse, I wouldn't have found it so funny. But garbage. I kind of find it funny, in hindsight. Yeah. In terms of tics, also, it's not exactly tics. It's more like my feelings on my tics lately. Boy, did you shoot yourself in the head? Both sides. Yeah, I think I just think too much. I have all these people that are so supportive of me, my family, my friends. You guys, you're great. But then there's always the odd loser I'm not going to call anyone a loser. There's always the odd person who is mean, or they're not trying necessarily to be mean, but they think they're acting out in some kind of best interest somehow, in excluding me from the things that I have the rights to. You would think that I would have the rights to. I mean, come on. Okay, so I'm white. I have more privileges than other people. I recognize that. There's all kinds of things about me. I'm a girl. I'm young-ish. All like these. I still experience prejudices because of my Tourette syndrome, and I wouldn't say that it's the same as if I were experiencing someone else's shoes, but I lose opportunities, I lose rights because of my Tourette. I lose a lot of things that I wish that I could have kept or had if I didn't have Tourette syndrome. And I know I'm being vague. I've talked about a few of these things before, like how I was once at the dentist, and he asked me if I wanted to keep my tooth if it needed a root canal, and I said yes, I want to keep my tooth. Do not extract the tooth. And then when I'm under anesthesia, because of my tics, I was moving too much in the chair. I want to get nervous. I take more, like I said. And the dentist chair, I'm gonna take like fuck, man, that's terrible. So I had to be under anesthetic, and while I was under anesthetic, despite the fact that I was told that I told him to keep the tooth, he pulled it and used my Tourette syndrome as a reason. And then when I took it to the higher authorities, to the Order of Dentists, they agreed with him because of my Tourette syndrome. And like, why give human rights to someone who isn't human, right? And there's other things more lately, like I tried to get into a support group for OCD. It was prescribed by my psychiatrist. I waited for like half a year, and in the end, when I was called to tell me that I reached the end of the list and that I was going to be in the group, they heard my tics over the phone, and well, Melissa has Tourette syndrome. She's going to bother the group of people who have OCD, and I was denied going into the group because of my Tourette. What else was there? I could go on and on. It's discouraging. I hate it, and I feel inhuman sometimes because I'm not treated like a person like everyone else. I don't have their rights. Why should I? I have Tourette syndrome, right?